Oi, bom dia, buenos dias, good morning. My presentation will be in English, but if you find me afterwards, we can speak in Portuguese. My name is Vanessa Portilla, I'm Colombian, and I'm the COO of the World Literacy Foundation. Today, I will be speaking to you about the power of changing lives through literacy. Let me start with a number that most of us know, and is that more than 773 million people around the world are not able to read or write. This isn't just a statistic, this isn't just a number, it is something that goes beyond our understanding, and it has many consequences in many aspects of our lives. The scope of the problem, to give you some more information, is that more than 2 billion people are functionally illiterate. That means that they struggle to read and write. Sometimes when we think about someone that is illiterate, we think of those that have not had any education or any kind of access to books or reading, but more than 54% of the population of the world are not able to have a complex reading or have a complex communication. That also reflects on this number, that is that more than 60% of prisoners around the world are functionally illiterate. So they can read, but actually they struggle. And something else is that most of these people that are illiterate or that struggle with reading are women. And as I was saying, this goes beyond only reading and writing. Being illiterate is something that has or that puts a barrier in our lives. This is something that people that struggle with reading face many barriers in terms of work, in terms of communication, in terms of getting new opportunities in life. So I want to go to the importance of books, starting talking about, for example, those that learn English, those that are not using the translation system right now. Do you remember what were the first words that you were taught in English? For example, I remember, and it was the verb to be. We normally learn what is to be. And we start going from there. We learn how to use the phrasal verbs in the past, in the future, and everything, even if we struggle. But the first thing is what I am, what you are. When you start talking about literacy, something that we notice, and I will share a really special story with you. When I was going to one of the programs that we implement, I was visiting Africa, and I was talking to a girl in Kisumu, Kenya, and we were talking about why she liked to read. And she was sharing with me that she liked to read because before she started reading stories, the only thing she wanted to be was a mother or a wife, like her mother or like her family. And then when she started discovering stories, when she started learning about new universes, she learned what she could become. And there is where you transform this basic verb that we all learn when we're learning how to communicate, and we transform being to becoming. And she told me, now I know I can become something else. Now I know I can become a doctor, a professor. I know I have a different future. That little girl, I know I will remember her because that was one of the first moments I actually realized the power of books. Like, we all like to read or we all like to study, but we never realize that those books help us learn how to become something else. So we normally face a barrier. How can you become something you don't know that exists? How these children around the world who don't have access to any books, to any kind of libraries, how can they become something else? How can these women, how can these girls become more than mothers, more than wives? This is where we, the World Literacy Foundation, we understood that the only way to get to be close to these kind of communities was to use technology. So basically, what we do, we implement literacy programs around the world, especially in low-income communities, and we provide books through technology. So we provide solar-powered tablets in some of the communities with e-books. There, we have children that are able to read different stories from around the world. Something we started doing was that some of them were really curious about writing, and they started writing their own stories. So on our apps, the children will find not only authors' stories that they provide, but also other students' stories. So they are growing while they're reading their stories and sharing their knowledge. What do we do at the World Literacy Foundation is that we, as I was telling you, we implement literacy programs. Last year, we reached more than 200,000 children around the world. We distributed more than 91,000 books, and we spent more than 20,000 volunteer hours. We are currently present in more than 9 countries with programs, but we have presence in more than 85 countries through our youth ambassadors and our ambassadors from the foundation. So basically, my conclusion to this moment is that books give you the opportunity to become something else. Books give you the opportunity to become everything you have dreamt, but also they give you the possibility to start dreaming. That's why we want to invite you all to be part of this cause. We need to get everyone to read. We need everyone to be able to love a book, to be able to love one story, to get one story, to start dreaming of that new future. So this year, during International Literacy Day, that is going to be this Saturday, we are launching a new device, like an innovation. For us, we've been working, all of the time we've been working with children, so this year we will start working with young adults that have been left out of the education system. So we are launching a device that is called the Literacy Pen. This device will give us the possibility to start helping young adults to be proficient at reading and writing. How can we play the video?
How does the literacy pen work? It's a device that clips onto a pen or pencil. Speak into the microphone, and the digital display shows the word or sentence you said. Users can then write the words on paper, ensuring an effective learning experience, simple, portable, and inclusive. For more information, visit our website.
If you want to know more, or if you want to see the literacy pen, I have one in my bag, so if you want to talk about this later, you can reach out to me. Of course, you can scan the QR code in case you want to know more about this campaign. And lastly, thank you all so much for this time. Thank you for your patience and your attention. If you want to know more about the World Literacy Foundation, you can scan the QR code. And of course, I will be willing to tell you more of these stories, and I will be hoping for all of you that want to be part of this cause, we can talk, we can see if you are volunteers or something like that. Thank you so much.